Okay, this video I'm going to help you guys make the solenoid, which solenoid is just really a fancy word for a looping wire that will eventually have current running through it. So don't overcomplicate, okay? Now the wire, I want you to unravel it, and some of you guys might think, well, I can just start creating my own loop myself. Well, without a base or a foundation, it'll just be kind of really loose and unravel and not really have a strong support. So we're going to use this test tube, the plastic tube, excuse me, with the only purpose of it acting as the skeleton, to just hold it together. It is plastic, so it won't be affected by the magnetism at all. So again, this is just to help it keep its nice looping shape. All right. I would like to also use this, though, to kind of identify and reference one end or the other. So the first thing I want you to do is just rip off a small piece of tape. I don't know, maybe 2 inches long. And I want you to just wrap it around one of the ends with, again, the only purpose being is we can now call this the tape end. All right. So when I ask you what side of the solenoid, you can say, well, the side nearest the tape or the side furthest from the tape, the plain side. All right. So after you do that, take your wire and unravel it. And you'll notice on mine, remember there's insulating paint on this. You'll notice on mine, if you can see, I sanded it away. You can do this before or after, but the easiest way to make the solenoid is we're going to start near, we're actually only going to really try to wrap it at about this much of the end, so maybe even just an inch wide, and I want to keep it kind of compact or scrunched near this end. So I'm going to leave about, I don't know, 2.5 inches exposed here to then clamp to the battery, but I'm going to start off behind the loop, which you'll realize going in front or behind is important when we try to solve this stuff. But I'm going to start off behind, maybe get a little bit closer to the tape end, and then I'm just going to start wrapping it. All right, and I should then just start wrapping it the same way over and over and over. If you kind of run out of room and you're getting too close to the end, just pause and then scrunch it together like that. But let's pretty much wrap the entire wire around this. And then same as how I started, when I do get to the end, I want to leave maybe, I don't know, an inch or two exposed. All right, kind of getting a little wide there so I can scrunch it. And there is our solenoid. All right. Now, if it doesn't stay together, although mine kind of does, you can put a piece of tape vertically across it to just kind of keep it pinched together and against the plastic tube. But here's my solenoid, and there's really two ends we want to focus on. We want to focus on this end, which not the plastic, but where the wire is. So again, I can maybe even push it out. So I want to focus on this end of the looping wire and this end, which is kind of blocked again by the plastic tube. But there's really two ends. Think of it as the ends of a slinky. All right. Two ways to connect the battery. You'll see me sometimes, honestly, just take these wires and press them together with my hands. Or you guys have alligator clips. You can, of course, then connect it and complete your circuit. The idea that is then we want to see how the magnetic field at the two ends behaves. So when you do complete your circuit with the battery, I want you guys then to take your compass, hold it up against one end of the solenoid, and behave if the notice if the north attracts or repels. And then the other end's kind of blocked, but get as close to you can, maybe like this, to the other end. And again, notice if the north end of the compass attracts or repels. All right, this could be different for everybody, but those are the two locations I want you to focus on. So get as close to this end and this end as well. And you can reference this as, well, the tape end, and then the other end that's not the tape. Okay? When you do get connected and observe the compass, you'll be answering some of the questions, so hopefully you'll then start cruising through the lab. All right, so that's part one right there. Good luck with that, guys.